T-shirt of the day. I actually picked this up yesterday at the Freedom Festival in Cadillac. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. But of course, most people are like, well, why'd you get that? It's only good for the up until yesterday, right? Wrong. It's still our 250th year of our wonderful independence. And that's what we celebrate, is the signing of the Declaration of Independence, the day that our founding fathers said, we are no longer the colonies. We are now our own country. The birth of our country came on that day. And that is what the 4th of July is to celebrate. But we didn't stop being a country on that day. We started. Just like we don't start or stop celebrating our 250th party, so to speak. We just started. And speaking of parties and 250th, it was a very interesting 250th birthday. I ended up going to the Freedom Festival here in Cadillac. I ended up going over to Lake City to the greatest fourth in the north. Ended up going down to Missaukee County Park there in Lake City, and stopped into the cemetery and paid my condolences. Uh, but more importantly, I got to see my son Junior. I was hoping to see all my family, all my kids, because their mother's family has a reunion in Lake City every year. And even though it's my ex-wife's family, on a regular basis, they have invited me to come to their family reunion. And in those times, I have actually shown up quite a few times. This time I showed up a little late because by the time I got there, everybody was leaving. So I only got to see my son Junior. By the time I found a parking spot and got up back to where they were, everybody else was long since taken off. But doesn't change my love. Change my love for them. What, buddy? Buster, girl. So back to the topics at hand. Okay, so let's take a look at Facebook, my Facebook, and let's see if anybody's commenting on my live right now because I can't see it from Restream. I gotta go in here. No comments yet. Okay, now look at my watching my YouTube up there, so and nothing on my Restream chat either. So I'm just gonna type a quick hello.
Hi.
Yes. Say hi, everybody. Okay. So as far as newsworthy items, there's not a whole lot of things going on in the news. Uh, Matter of fact, very few things are going on in the news, which is kind of a good thing. I mean, no news is good news. Is that what they say? Uh, sorry. Um, World Cup. Mexico and England tonight at 8. Wow. In about a half hour, we have Brazil and Norway. So that's the World Cup thing. On Monday evening, we have USA against Belgium, and we'll see if USA is going to move forward or not. I will be honest, I was a little disappointed when I found out that USA and England weren't going to be facing off against each other on the 4th of July. But they could still, literally still could, face off against each other before this show is done. See, because England and Mexico right there, USA and Belgium right there. But what happens after that is anybody's guess, because Friday, we got the winners going up against each other starting Friday. So, uh, winner of 93 and is going to face the winner of 94 on Friday. So, but yeah, Michigan ends up, if USA ends up going up against England, it will definitely be amusing. 250 years ago, we said we're no longer the colonies, and 250 years later, we're playing soccer against them. Which, if you look at it, I mean, I think I'd much rather have our differences settled with, a sporting event. And that goes for all of our differences. I mean, all of you who are out there, getting mad at me because I'm conservative and I'm a Republican and I'm a Trump supporter. Let's go out and, play a round of golf. Let's go shoot some hoops. I'm not much for basketball. I'm not really much for golf anymore. But we could do it, Or we could, do some bowling, you know. And when we're done having all of that fun and a few beers or whatever later, you can go your way, I can go my way. We never have to worry about this crap again because now we've settled it. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, our world is that not that kind, right? It's not that. I have to say it. It's not that civilized. Our world is not civilized enough to devote time into alternative methods of conflict resolution. We'll call it that. Instead of going to war, we have a chess match. Instead of going to, uh, instead of invading a country, you know, um, we play soccer, what have you. The things we could do, we don't do. It's terrible. So, congratulations to Jason Aldean. I guess he got his 32nd number one song. 32 number ones. I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. On the dead and dying side of things, Joey Baker used to be in a lot of movies with Elvis Presley. He died. But for the most part, like I said, there's not a lot of news out there. I have a very hungry little crocodile next to me. Keeps eating all of my little oyster crackers. He loves the oyster crackers. He loves crackers. Doesn't matter. Two 19-year-old men were killed after a dispute between two groups escalated into gunfire in Detroit shopping mall on Friday. Two men are dead. Others, another one's in stable condition. It looks like, it was just a couple of groups of people who knew each other that didn't like each other. See, if they'd have sat down and played euchre instead, might have taken care of that problem for them. I mean, why don't we? Why don't we sit down? Because you can't? Is it the communication gap caused by different languages? I mean, really, just boggles my mind. 8 people were injured in a shooting, including 4 children, in Brooklyn on the Coney Island. Brooklyn's Coney Island, New York, on the 4th of July. 21-year-old woman is in critical condition. The remaining are in stable condition. Four of the injured were children. Ages ranged from 6 to 14. The youngest of whom was shot in the stomach. The 7-year-old boy was shot in both legs, and 12-year-old boy was shot in the leg, and the 14-year-old boy shot in the thigh. Blah, blah, blah. No threat to public. There is no indication that an argument or altercation took place before the shooting. An unknown man dressed in black and wearing a black ski mask approached and fired multiple rounds on a family barbecue. What? I mean, what? Who goes to a family's barbecue and just starts shooting them up? And they say there was no conflict prior to that point. There must have been, or the person's office, the Bleeman Rocker. You could have been toasting marshmallows with them later instead of watching them all be taken to the hospital. um, Apparently, there was an America 250 celebration quite a ways away from. This is according to the Washington Post. I'm not a big fan of the Washington Post. They tend to be fake news. But apparently, over in Los Angeles, um, they had a America's Block Party. Chris Stapleton, Queen Latifah, Smashing Pumpkins. uh, well, guess what? It ended up being a liberal thing after all. Instead of being one side, they just decided to push it over to the other side. Why? We're all Americans. We're all celebrating America this weekend. Why the division? Why do you have to have the division? Everybody's like, well, Don made it political. No, Don didn't make it political. All of his haters turned it political when they said Don made it political. You know? Who's a fan of Sophie Cunningham, right? I mean, two thumbs up, or should I do a finger? Anyway, yeah, love her, love her. She's great. She reminds me of a babysitter I once had. Not because she's hot, but because of that finger pointing thing. Um, Still not finding much. I did read a article earlier on in the week about the best fried chicken from a fast food restaurant, and not to my surprise, but to many of people's surprise, Popeyes won the competition. Bojangles and KFC were second, third in that order. I've never had Bojangles. Next time I go down south, I'm definitely gonna stop and try some. I love Popeyes, but my wife, she's got intestinal issues. She had her gallbladder removed and stuff, so she can't eat a lot of that spicy food. And let's face it, Popeyes tends to be spicy. I mean, it's Cajun. Why wouldn't it be? So now they've actually they've started having some minor or some milder spiced foods on their menu, but we haven't been there since then. So, um, but yeah, I'm planning on going to a Bojangles. Any of you who have been to a Bojangles, drop me a, tell me what you think. Is it worth going? While we're on that subject, check out my feeds. Talk to me. Please talk to me. I'm so lonely. I mean, you don't make me lonely, but people out there make me lonely. And of course, dun 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 dun. That, get it backwards again. That is for all of you. Any of you who want to be right there talking to me, we can sit there and go, hi, how you doing? And not actually be in the same room. We can talk about anything. I've got I've got a brine soak going right now on a roast that I'm gonna put in the smoker tomorrow morning. I'm gonna smoke that sucker all day long. It's gonna be so good. But you want to talk cooking? I love cooking. You want to talk politics? Well, obviously, this guy will talk politics. You want to talk child rearing? I could talk about that all too. I unsuccessfully raised, give or take 9 kids. So, um, you want to talk about veterans? You want to talk about uh, want to talk about different things throughout the world? Anything you want to talk about? Come on, talk to me. Let me bring you on here, Stuart. I want to talk about your books, man. Oh my God, I'm almost done with the uh, first of the Daughters of the Dragon Pact, and oh my gosh, that is such a great book. Um, so Stuart, to get a chance, let me know you want to be up here. You're not camera shy. I've seen you do TikToks, so this is just a different format, and we can upload it on TikTok so we can be there too. Just come talk to me. Let me know. Anybody. Uh, like I said, I talk to you about anything. Want to talk to me about my sword collection, my knives, my guns? Want to talk about pets? You want to talk about whatever? My brother Bo made a comment about my Antifa comments. Made a comment. Excuse me, guys. Made a comment about my Antifa comments the other day, and to be honest, I think my brother Bo is quite an intelligent brilliant young man who a lot of people think he's just, good looks and powerful body. Anybody who knows my brother Bo will find that amusing. Um, so anybody who wants to get on here, I will talk to you about anything. I will talk to you about history. I will talk to you about math. I will talk to you about, what's your favorite soda? I mean, I'm not shy. I'll talk about anything. So, somebody drop me a comment, a like, a dislike, a thumb up, subscribe to my channel, share my videos, get me out there, please. Subscribe to my YouTube. I think I'm still at 8 or 9 people on YouTube, and I need a whole lot more than that um, for YouTube to recognize me as a viable person to offer the whole monetization thing. So come see me on my YouTube right there, YouTube. Uh, YouTube.com. Let's find something here. Find me over here. YouTube.com. Right there. Okay. Find me on YouTube. And you know, subscribe. Start following. Hit the bell thing. Then you'll know when I'm going to come on. Because YouTube likes to yell at people that we're about to come on. Uh, Ignore that little furry munchkin in the background. He's not supposed to be on the camera, so trying to keep him off the camera. Anyway, I'm gonna have to say I'll talk to you all later, and love to all. And next time you and your friend, or you and your wife, or you and your family member get into an argument, get out the cards, get out the dice, play some Yahtzee, play some Monopoly. No, I don't play Monopoly. Monopoly creates fights. Play some cards, play some Yahtzee, just instead of fighting, play. Love to all. I will talk to you. Yes, tomorrow, hopefully in the morning. It's going to be a crazy day tomorrow, too, for me. But love to all. I'll talk to you then.